I was living in a village in Bamiyan where we didn't have electricity, no running water. And it was actually my first time getting into a car when my family fled to Iran. Still remember my mother was taking me from school to school in Iran, asking and begging the principals to let me in their class. I grew up longing for education, for the right to go to school and to be like everybody else in my, in the neighborhood that we were living in. There was a huge and severe experiences of racism that I experienced growing up in Iran. I was being called out on the streets, "Nasty Afghani, go back to your country." When the Taliban took over, from that moment on, I knew that things have shifted. And for me personally, life became in two categories of like life before August and after August. And with that came a lot of trauma, a lot of pain. And one of those pains is the fact that I see lack of, the right to education was denied to millions of women and girls in Afghanistan. This country has been always a war-torn country. But what I feel people don't understand is what is happening in Afghanistan is about women's rights globally. It brings the bar low of what could be denied to women globally, and there is nothing the world could do or be willing to do to take concrete action to push back on the Taliban. This is the most severe women's rights crisis of our time, and all of us has a responsibility to report it, to raise awareness, but also to ensure that we are hearing from the people who are living the Taliban's oppression, living in the Taliban gender apartheid in Afghanistan. The biggest problem is the human rights. That they have been denied the basic rights to human rights. And what's human rights? Like in Afghanistan, we are talking about the most basic rights. And that is the right to go to school. That is the right to earn your living as a woman, to be able to support your family. There is an immediate need for action, and we don't see a lot of action. We see a lot of rhetorical condemnation, statements of saying, yes, the Taliban should reverse it, but when and how? And when there is no action, the Taliban do not respect words. They don't care about words.